Hi there, welcome to Play Tennis Practice Yoga, and today we're going to do a little yoga for tennis on court with a drill called Get into the Serving Zone. So this is for all of you tennis players out there wanting to improve your serve, wanting to improve your concentration, your accuracy, your consistency for your serve. And so let me show you how to do this with a simple drill that I discovered when I came to clean out my office a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying it on my students ever since, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. So as you can see across the net, we have two different zones. I've got a line dividing each service box with some cones, so you can do that any way you wish. So basically you have left and right portions of the service boxes. Those are the zones that you'll be working on. And then we have three stations that you'll be hitting the ball from, your serve from. One is on the service line, another a little more no man's land, and another's on the baseline. So basically we'll be starting at the very first station where my assistant Brian will be helping me out today. Sorry, I forgot to introduce you. Where you have to make one serve into each zone, one to the left of the cones, one to the right. And if you do that, you get to back up to the next station and you're trying to complete the same task. However, as soon as you miss one serve, you don't get it into the appropriate zone, or maybe you don't even get it into the box, that means you have to start off on the very first station. So it's also a nice little warm up because it might take you a couple tries to make it all the way back and complete the drill on the deuce court, as we'll go through today. And then if you do that, you might move on to the ad court. And then of course there's some variations here that you could play around with once you master those first steps. So let's try it out with Brian and see what happens. He's relatively new to the drill, so I think this is actually great for him to demonstrate this, as this might be new to you as well. All right, so he's going to start from the very first station. Going to the left of those cones, the first zone to begin, that's the first goal. And he's going to keep doing that until he makes it, because he's in the very first station. So usually this is the hardest part of the drill initially when you begin. So he made it, and so now he's going to go to the right of the cones, so that right zone. Okay, and I think he just missed it, so we'll make him do it again to the left. So again, you're working on your concentration. You have the intention of where you're going. He made it, so now he's going to the right of those cones, or the right zone. And because he got it, now he gets to back up to the second station. So again, it requires a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, great consistency work for when you're having to make that serve. Okay, and so now you see he's demonstrating. He misses, he starts back at station number one. Okay, did you make it?
Nope.
Not quite, okay.
Nope.
And it's harder than it looks. I actually think this first station is the hardest part of the drill. Very nice. So now he's going to go to the right zone. Beautiful. So we're not used to serving from up there, so it becomes a little more challenging, at least in my opinion. Good. So now he gets to go to the right zone. I recommend looking at where you want to go each time before you serve. Great job. So now he gets to back up to that very last station. Same task, going to the left first. Okay. And it's quite disappointing when you miss, right? Because you have to start at the very beginning in that first station. And usually what happens is we get better and better, and we start to move through these stations a little bit quicker. At least that's what I've been seeing with my students. You got it. So now back to the right zone. Okay. And back to the beginning. It's one of those things, as soon as you think you have it, I think you got that one, is in the middle. As soon as you think you have it, that's when you lose concentration, so you really can't let up.
Oh,
Okay, much like you would in a tight match or a tie-breaking situation when you know that you have to make that serve. You got it, so now you get to go to the right. Got it, so now let's move on to second station. Got it. Now, right station and taking your time, looking at where you want to go, having that intention,
oh,
and you just miss it. Okay, so we're not going to keep going, but what I've been doing with my students is when I see a spot that we start to struggle with after several attempts, maybe we've tried this 3-4 times, then I'll actually stop and serve from that spot. Usually it's from the center spot or this last station right here, and then we'll stop and just practice going in that spot. And then once we gain a little more confidence, we'll go back to the drill week after week. We see, are we able to progress a little bit more? Usually we're able to complete the drill on one side, then we move to the ad side, so on and so forth. So anyway, this was get into the service zone. If you like this drill, I'd love for you to like this video and to subscribe to our channel for future practices on court, yoga for tennis, not only on court but on the mat. Please join us in the future. Happy practicing. Thanks, Brian.